It's 4 o'clock on Radio 1, time for Peel's Pleasures.
Howdy, good buddies, and welcome to the sixth and final round of Peel's Pleasures, with all of the way from the early 1970s, a session from my favourite band of the period, The Faces, plus records from my archives and records and tapes from the BBC's archives. And as a special treat, and to prepare you spiritually for the return of the great man, the voice of that silver-tongued devil, John Walters.
What James Bond did for beep, yet it's done with such dazzling regard for beep. It's a beep. Trails adventure from a university archaeology. Beep. It trails adventure from a university archaeologist. Beep, beep, beep. If only more money was available. Beep. If only more beep, beep. If only more money was available for the British industry, where very cheap, comparatively speaking, I'll do that again. Beep, 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 beep. If only more money was available for the British film industry, where, very cheap, comparatively speaking, we can produce films like Bill Forsyth's Gregory's Girl, with a minimum of tarantulas, but a lot of enjoyment. And this doesn't make any sense at all. Sorry, I've gone totally the wrong thing. I'll begin on the sentence. When I get to the look, I'll go, woo, 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 so she can't miss it at all. And then that means I'm going right back to the American film industry, because I think I added a syllable to that somewhere. The American film industry, now unsure of itself, will fall back more and more on safe adventure.
That beating pentangle, you do that. Hey, lad, let's go. Come on, boys. Let's shake 'em up here. The top gear, huh?
Stay With Me, the Faces, and it's worth pointing out that at the time people used to slag the Faces off quite a bit because they didn't take life seriously enough, and they were quite right not to, I think. And it's also worth pointing out that John Walters, when he's pre-recording his Walters Weeklies programme, and he'll be back next week, let me remind you of that, when he's doing this, and he makes a mistake, he does that beep like that so that the luckless tape editor can find where the mistake is when he's desperately trying to patch together a programme hours later. And we may return to John Walters a little later on as well, but now it's Sam Butler.
I woke up this morning, looked all around my bed. I woke up this morning, mama, looked all around my bed. Thinking about that wife, that my brown head said. On a poor boy, yeah, long way from home. Poor boy, yeah, long way from my home. Ain't got nowhere, not to lay my head. Home from the ground was my bed last night. Home from the ground was my bed last night. Thinking about you, I was that my mama had said. What my mama told me, I done come up there. Mama told me, done come up there. With 10 women, oh boy, be a running day. Now my mama dead, so my daddy too. My mama dead, so is my daddy too. Did I try so hard, I didn't get along with you. So many days, I told away and cried. So many days, I told away and cried. For boys in the street, can't be satisfied. Go write a letter, mail it in the yard. Go write a letter, go mail it in the yard. Miss Merchant, Lord knew that very well. No, ain't gonna moan no more. No.
Well, that's a lot of surface noise from 1926 with in the background Sam Butler singing and playing Poor Boy Blues. Most of us, I rather suspect, only hear classical music when it's included in the soundtrack of a popular film. Here's a case in point.
were you when you took up football, Mrs. Mountain?
86.
What made you take up football?
Because I like it and it was fun. I was in with the lot.
What position do you play?
Well, in between.
In between what?
The ladies and the gentlemen.
What do you have to do on the field?
Kick the ball when it comes my way.
You find it a bit energetic. It's a tough game, football.
I know that, because I'm a tough woman.
What do you wear when you're on the field?
I wear red shorts and a pale blue cardigan. Jersey-like, you know. And a beret on my head, on the side.
What do you wear a beret for? That's a bit odd for a football player.
Well, because I don't like the style of the rats.
What about the football boots?
No, I didn't put them on. The stockings was too thick to get them on with. So I went in ordinary white shoes.
Do you have your own way of kicking the ball?
Certainly. I put all the strength I've got in me to it.
Have you scored a goal yet?
Not yet. But when I get the ball near me, I kick it towards my winning side.
You've played against a male team.
Yes.
How did they react to you on the field?
Very rough. Oh, one sent me spinning round.
But you find it a bit tough, all that running about and playing against
Not
men?
at all. I give it all the energy I've got. But I tackled a man about 6'4".
I gather that when you finish the game, you've got another job.
Yes, I led the band back again from the recreation ground to the Red Bear Hotel.
Do you play an instrument?
Yes, I blew a bugle.
That's a very difficult instrument to blow.
Oh, I've enough wind for that.
What do you think keeps you going to be able to play football at nearly 87 and blow a bugle?
Well, I like a drink. I like a drop of rum with a dash of beer in.
Do you think that's kept you going?
Definitely.
Folks, now here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a red-hot hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest frail, but Minnie had a heart as big as a hay whale. Howdy, howdy, ho. Howdy, howdy, ho. Hidey, hidey, hi. Hidey, hidey, hi. Now she messed around with a bloke named Smokey. She loved him though he was cocky. He took her down to Chinatown. He showed her how to kick the gong around. Showed her how to kick the gong around. Howdy ho, howdy ho, howdy hi. Howdy, hi, hi. Howdy, weevil. Howdy, weevil. Howdy, howdy, ho. Howdy, howdy, ho. Now she had a dream about the King of Sweden. He gave her things that she was needing. He gave her a home filled with gold and steel, a diamond car with the platinum wheel. Waddy woody way. Woody, woody, way. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Wanna be with you. Wanna be with you. Howdy ho. Howdy ho. Now he gave her his townhouse and his racing horses. Each meal she ate was a dozen courses. She had $1 million worth of nickels and dimes, and she sat around and counted them all a million times. Howdy, 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 howdy. Oh, Minnie, oh, Minnie. Howdy, way, howdy, way. Oh, oh, oh.
Waddy Weebo, indeed. Match me that, Paul Weller. That was the king of Heidi-Ho, Cab Calloway, and his orchestra from the early 1930s, and Minnie the Moocher, preceded by Mrs. Mountain, demonstrating that life easily outstrips the roguish wits of your Not the 9 O'Clock Newses and Monty Python folks. I played you a track last week from an LP by John Fahey and enjoyed it so much I thought I'd play you another one. Recorded in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1965. That was Sail Away Ladies from an LP called The Great San Bernardino Birthday Party and Other Excursions. I used to live in San Bernardino, but I won't bore you with any of the details. That was by John Fahey, and the other instrument on there was a vina, played by mysterious Al Wilson. And this is the same Al Wilson who was later of Canned Heat and is now dead, mysterious Al Wilson. Back with the Faces.
I think, as the rock scene, when in doubt, as a rock and roll revival, like now, for instance. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought it was waiting for the green. Whoop! Then let me refer... Boop! Last week I had tea with someone who's well known to the Radio 1 audience for having built a successful career on the academic approach to music and his rock suites and so on. See, I hadn't read this at all. Hang on. Well, last week I had tea with Rick Wakeman, I was trying to make sense of that. I realised I hadn't put Rick's name in it at all. I'll go back to the top on that. Spool back on that. Another recent release is a recording of Brecht's... It's hard to say. I'm sure more people know the name than know the work. And CBS have released an English translation. That's what it says, so it must be true. Beep! But first, the New York Shakespeare Festival performers... Beep! Ah, dear.
Don't worry, pal, there's an awful lot of us who have trouble saying Brecht. That was John Walters, who'll be back next week, preceded by The Faces with Miss Judy's Farm. And now Reefer Man from Harlan, Lattimore and his Connie's in Orchestra.
Say, did you ever meet that Reefer Man?
No, I never met the guy. Tell me about it.
Oh, no, you're not kidding me now, are you? You never met the Reefer Man? Oh, no, you never met the Reefer Man? And yet you say you swim to China and you wanted to sell me South Carolina? I believe you know the Reefer Man. Did you ever meet the funny Reefer Man? You never met the funny Reefer Man? And yet you say you walk the ocean anytime you take a notion? Yeah, I believe you've seen the Reefer Man. Met that funny Reefer Man? Have you ever met that funny Reefer Man? Oh, he trades your dimes for nickels and he calls watermelon pickles. Yeah, I'm talking about the Reefer Man. Did you ever meet that little old Reefer Man? Did you ever meet that little old Reefer Man? If he takes a sudden mania and he wants to give you Pennsylvania, I'm still talking about the Reefer Man. Have you ever met that little old Reefer Man? Ever met that funny little Reefer Man? If he sells Wall Street is frantic, and because he won't sell them the Atlantic. Oh, that's that Reefer Man. With the Reefer Man. Yeah, Jim, I know the Reefer Man. If I claim I own a portion of the Rockefeller fortune, and you know I just left that Reefer Man. Yeah, I know the Reefer Man. Yeah, I'm well acquainted with the Reefer Man. So if I claim I have $1 billion and I want to trade it to you for $1 million, I just left that Reefer Man. How well I know the Reefer Man. Oh, I'm so well acquainted with the Reefer Man. So if you hear me snip and giggle, start to squirm and wiggle, oh, that little Reefer Man.
I was going to say that's the stuff to give the troops, but the Americans tried that and it didn't work. Reefer Man from Harlan, Lattimore and his Connie's in Orchestra. Annette Funicello, when she was about 10 or 11 years old, used to be one of the Mouseketeers on one of the Walt Disney TV programmes shown in America. But as she grew a bit older, she developed a rather startling physique, with the result that as children sat down to watch their favourite programme, they were very often elbowed aside by their parents. And eventually Walt Disney cottoned onto this, or somebody in his organisation did, and they started putting out Annette records. And this is not to say that she should not be taken seriously as an artist. This is her heartfelt tribute to the music of Jamaica.
Not many people can cha-cha-cha. Not everybody can do the twist. But everybody can do the ska. It's the new dance you can't resist. Ska, ska, ska. Jamaica Ska. But everybody can do the ska. It's the new dance you can't resist. Now bow your head and swing your arms. Shake your hips. Now do a dip. Ska, ska, ska. Jamaica Ska. Ska, ska, ska. Do the ska. Not many people can cha-cha-cha. Not everybody can do the twist. But everybody can do the ska. It's the new dance you can't resist. Ska, ska, ska. Jamaica Ska. Ska, ska, ska. Jamaica Ska. Ska, ska, ska. Jamaica Ska. Ska, ska, ska. Jamaica Ska.
The first one, it was English Lord.
An English Lord?
Yes, I was in the convent. I had not 16. And there, the Lord come and see me, and he want to make love with me. I say, all right, but I trust something. You are good looking, you are nice, but I don't want to go back to the nun convent. And he says, all right. I say, I will send a cable to my mother, she be quiet. And he took me near Dundee in Scotland, in a castle.
Near Dundee?
Yes. And when I saw the castle, I was sure I stay there. And I thank you, Scotland, where I lose my virginity. Thank you to the Queen and the Great Britain, because perhaps I will be none. I could not be with you now. And thank you also for the whiskey, the Scotch.
Well, an English lord might be tops for a great many girls, but not for Manouche. She preferred the high life of France, and she had every sort of lover, from the Paris high society to the low life of Marseille. They all had one thing in common: money. Did she ever choose a lover because he was rich?
No, never. I never been with someone only for love.
What is your type of man?
Corsica, Mediterranean. They are good looking, and I like Mediterranean because they are real man, you know, like in the song, it's my man. And all Mediterranean people, they are a little gangster, and I like gangster.
Why?
Because they domine me.
They dominate you?
Yes, and I have a big personality like my bottom now, and I need a domine, you know. I don't like man washing the plate, you know. I prefer to do it, and my man don't do that. He make business, or he's gangster, he make hold up.
Manouche spent a great deal of her time with gangsters. The great love of her life was Paul Carbone, king of the Marseille underworld. He earned his bread and butter from a stranglehold monopoly on fruit machines. For years, Carbone was one of the most wanted men in France, but Manouche, who liked to think of herself as his wife, was never in danger.
Carbone was a man who never speak business to his wife, because he told me, if you know something, if someone want to know with torture, when you torture, you are obliged to speak. And when I knew Carbone, he was friend with minister. I meet with him the best personality of Marseille, le maire, great people of Marseille, great people in Paris, you know.
Now, 30 years later, Manouche is still just as impressed by the rich and famous.
I stay in August in Paris because it's last snobbish. And I am snob, you know. Because to be snob, it's to know the best people in Paris. Jacques Chazot, François Sagan. All the people from couture, they are coming from all the world to look collection for dresses for winter.
Well, today her passionate love life is all behind her, and she has a new life alone. Is it a happy one?
Oh, yes, it's marvelous. It finish love, because love, it make you troubles. Good moments, but bad moments where you are in love, you cry, you fall, you fight your lover, you are jealous. Now it's finished. You know, I am quiet, you know, and I sleep well.
Wondering if I did right and why you left me with a broken heart. Oh, long, long and lonely night. Oh, how I miss you, my dear. Please, dear, to me. Oh, how I wish you were here. As I go along my lonely way, I visualize your face. When I pass through my doorway, coming home. Long, long and lonely nights ever since you've been gone. Please, dear, come back to me. You've been gone too.
That was Clyde McPhatter, the owner-operator of one of the most beautiful voices in rockaboogie history, I think, and Long Lonely Nights. Before that, Manouche, interviewed by Harriet Crawley. My friends would probably tell you that I've got a personality like my bottom, too. And then before that, Jamaica Ska by Annette. The second time that I was on Top of the Pops, which was also the last time that I was on Top of the Pops, I pretended to play mandolin on this.
Watch wrecked my bed, and then the thought it get me in the head. Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried anymore. You led me away from home just to save you from being alone. You stole my heart, but I love you anyway. Myself a rock and roll band that needs a helping hand. Oh, Maggie, I wish I'd never seen your face. You made a first-class fool out of me, but I'm as blind as a fool can be. You stole my heart, but I love you anyway. Oh, Maggie.
Throw in then to Liverpool. Ray Kennedy, just inside his own half, throws the ball back to Alan Kennedy. Not quite sure what he's going to do with it, so he slows it down again, then starts to accelerate, then slows it down again, and then just strokes it to his left to Ray Kennedy, tight to the near touchline. Plays the ball down that line, and I think in the end, Dalglish did well to control that. Looks as if it was going to drift over the line, and now it does drift over the byline, the touchline, and Dalglish takes the throw quickly. And again, a mass of white jerseys inside that rail half, and in the end, everybody misread everybody else, and the ball goes into touch. But it's still, well, I must say, I thought that was a Real Madrid throw. But Ray Kennedy doesn't argue. He takes the throw, and Alan Kennedy tries to burst through. Alan Kennedy's still there, and Alan Kennedy has scored for Liverpool. A marvellous moment for Alan Kennedy. And he runs away to the left, and the whole Liverpool team go with him. A slight hesitancy in the Real Madrid defence, and Alan Kennedy, the defender, was there when he was needed. And Augustine came to his near post, and Alan Kennedy whacked that one into the top corner of the net. It's only his second European goal of the season, but the man who came to Merseyside from Newcastle, the man who now says he's part of Liverpool just as much as the Liver building, when he was needed, Alan Kennedy was there. And with now just 8 minutes to go, it could be that Alan Kennedy has made a little history, because Alan Kennedy may well have won the European Cup for Liverpool.
And I was there for that as well. Best day of my life. Didn't stop crying for days. And that was for the West Suffolk Baddies, who are on their first outing at Ipswich this afternoon. There's nothing I like more than a good song well sung.
Folks, it gets better, I promise it gets better. Here we go. Hey Jude, don't make it sad. Remember that one? Huh? Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't you let me down. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. Anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, we pray, don't carry the world upon your shoulder. Don't you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world just a little bit colder? Let me hear the man, let me hear the man. Hey Jude, don't you let me down. Take a sad song and you can make it better. Hey, the minute you let her get under your skin, then you begin to make it better. Let it out and let it in. Hey, Jude, my friend, the moment you need is right there on your shoulder. Don't you know that it's true? Hey Jude, you'll do. You're looking for someone to perform to. Now to give me some help, I can do it. Everybody clap your hands. Come on, everybody. Let me feel it. Hey, Jude, don't you let me down. Take a sad song, make it better. Hey, the minute you let it get under your skin, then you begin to make it better, 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 better. Everybody, la 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 la. Hey, hey, Jude, 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 la. Come on, la 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 la. Let me hear you sing the song right now. Come on. La 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 la. Everybody clap your hands now. Everybody happy? Let me hear you say yeah. Hey, Jude.
And that was produced by Deke Harlan, the man who brought you Sheena Easton. Lovelace Watkins at the talk of the town. I think he's caught the spirit of the Beatles classic perfectly. That's the end of the last of Peel's Pleasures, produced by Chris Lycett, and our thanks to Brian Cook for winkling stuff out of the BBC archives for us. I'll be back at 10 o'clock on Monday night, and now we're only a couple of minutes away from Rock On, and 6 days, 23 hours away from this.
And I don't see any more than to Peel fans than, of course, it does star beep. Let the music talk 8.5 on Monday. And so I don't think Radio 1 listeners will be surprised to find that it, of course, is about, and is, beep. She represented the passive, silly, brainless little girl like... It's her writing, not mine. Beep. She represented the passive... Beep, beep. From a feminist point of view, yes, she was sterile. That's Marilyn Monroe, as you said. But what is more, she is a patriarchal symbol of femininity. She represented the passive, silly, brainless little girl-like child woman. And to sum up, she certainly wasn't a pathetic human... Oh, I'll do this line again. It's this woman has actually written no sense. I'm sorry about that. Letter. Back to the start of the letter. It says, I think that all woman... Why is she right, woman? Beep! God almighty. Beep! Well, that's all from me, John Walters, Rick Wakeman, Hanif Qureshi, and producer Beep! I haven't done the rock on radio either. I can't help it. Oh, God, I've lost something now. Something's dropped off on the floor. Where's that list? Couldn't we stop and have the wine now? Beep!
I loved him dearly. I thought of you, darling, tonight is yours. You dream about, you laugh about dream about, and say it shall be mine forevermore.
Beep!
Rock